We may not know when the first flake will fall, but winter weather is on the horizon. The Maryland Department of Transportation says it's time to start thinking about the season ahead so you can be prepared. The State Highway Administration is ready and today invited reporters to the statewide operations center in Hanover for its annual snow show. Rochelle Metzger is there with more.
It may feel like fall outside, but winter is just weeks away. Forecasters can't say for sure what kind of weather the season will bring, but the State Highway Administration says it's ready for anything.
We will get the job done. Folks have to display patience.
Agency Administrator Gregory Johnson is new to Maryland winters, but he says not to worry. He hails from Michigan, adding there are simple things motorists can do now to prepare.
Have your ice scrapers available. Make sure you have your windshield clean and clear. Make sure your lights are all functioning. Make sure your tires have treads on them.
He says the agency is installing high-tech sensors that will help them monitor conditions along nearly 18,000 miles of roadway.
The infrared sensors, they can detect air temperature, pavement temperature, storm intensity, wind speed.
This is the statewide operations center. It's manned 24/7 by personnel who monitor weather forecasts and traffic from live camera feeds placed on roadways across the state. SHA has 380,000 tons of salt packed into 95 domes, plus salt brine stored at 77 different locations, and up to 2,700 pieces of equipment, including new quad-axle trucks.
The quad-axle trucks carry more than twice the amount of salt that our regular vehicles hold, and they also carry about 50% more fuel.
This is your standard plow, the workhorse of the fleet. It weighs about 40 tons. Now, because of the size and complexity of these vehicles, drivers have to be specially trained, but today they let us get behind the wheel and give it a spin.
George Sharp spent nearly 30 years behind the wheel of a plow. He offers a few tips for drivers.
If you're behind a salt truck, stay a good distance behind where the salt actually won't hit your vehicle and stuff like that. But just give us the space that we need to really get our job done.
In Hanover, Rochelle Metzger, CTV News.
And officials say it's just as important to monitor traffic reports as the weather forecast when there's an impending storm or inclement weather. Maryland has free 511 traveler information. You can call that number or go to md511.org. You can also find the latest alerts on Facebook or follow MDSHA on Twitter. Well, extreme weather has taken a toll on Marylanders in recent years, and scientists expect more frequent and severe events as the planet warms. That's why Environment Maryland has created a new interactive map using data from FEMA and the USDA to display weather-related disasters.
So this map reveals that these extreme weather events are hitting really close to home. In fact, our map shows that 90% of the Maryland population lives in counties that have been affected by extreme weather disasters in the last 5 years.
There are now over 50 flooding events every year here in Annapolis. And it was raining earlier today, and to get here we drove through some flooding right here at the city dock, which is why Annapolis is having to retrofit the city dock to basically create a stronger flood wall here in downtown Annapolis.
And to view the online map, you can visit environmentamerica.org/extreme weather.
And police need your help in trying to figure out who fatally shot 59-year-old Bernard Parker. Authorities were called to the 3700 block of Ladova Way at around 1 o'clock on Tuesday in the Woodmore Crossing community in Springdale. Investigators say that Parker was shot in his car when he lost control of his vehicle, crashing into a street sign and the tree in a resident's lawn. The victim was taken to a local hospital where he later died. Yesterday, police were in the neighborhood knocking on doors and passing out flyers. There was a $25,000 reward available from information leading to an arrest. Well, the deadly accident over the weekend involving a church vehicle in Hyattsville is raising concerns about the safety of vans. AAA Mid-Atlantic says some older model 15-passenger vans have unsafe track records, but many churches are unaware of the hazard. The Auto Club says in the last 10 years there have been more than 1,500 deaths involving these vehicles. Federal law prohibits the purchase of 15-passenger vehicles to transport school children. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.